2024 did not disappoint on the guitar gear front. Today I'm going to be discussing with you the pieces of gear that actually made a difference to my workflow, tone, and playing. There's gear in here for just about every budget too, and I'll put links to all the things we're talking about in the description. They are affiliate links, which doesn't cost you anything extra, but it's a way for you to support the channel if that's something you're interested in. All right, let's begin. This is the orange Micro Terror head, which gives you that warm, rich, drivey orange amp tone for under 200 bucks. What I love about this amp is that it's got an all-tube preamp with a solid-state power amp section and a no-nonsense set of controls. While this may seem like a gimmick, I've actually found this to be a pretty awesome tool. I use this amp a lot in client arrangements when I'm going for that big distorted amp sound. What I'll do is pair this with my torpedo captor and then run it into the Quad Cortex for cabs and some post effects. But you could also pair this with a real cab and get some pretty huge tones. I'm not a big volume pedal user, but there are definitely times when having one can give you a little more flexibility and control. This FlipVol by Sonicake is only about 80 bucks and it's actually pretty solid build quality. It also doubles as an expression pedal, which means if you have a TRS cable, that's the one with 2 rings on it, you can plug this end into the output of the FlipVol, and you'll take the other end and plug it into the expression input of whatever you're trying to control. That's how I use it with the Quad Cortex, and it's been awesome. Oh, and this pedal is also passive, meaning it doesn't need any power for it to operate. The HX1 might be the most misunderstood pedal of the year. It has all of the effects of the Helix in it, but you can only use one of those at a time. It's basically the new version of the M5. Now, you may be thinking, only one effect at a time? What's the point of that when I could just get a stomp and do way more? Well, for starters, this product is actually pretty handy if you're a pedalboard user or even a modeler user for that matter. You could use this as a dedicated effect type. For instance, you could make a bunch of different drive presets and then scroll through them via MIDI, and then have this one pedal be your entire drive section on the board. You could also do the same thing for other effect types like modulation, delay, and reverb. Second, the footprint is really nice. It's only a hair larger than a standard pedal, and if you're like me, then that's super appealing because I like keeping my rig small. Finally, for being a Swiss Army knife pedal, I think the price point's pretty decent. This will run you around 300 bucks. I think the effects in here are very inspiring, and it's been an awesome tool for content on this channel. Spend a lot of time talking about modelers here, but this Supro Delta King 12 has been a really inspiring amp to own. It's got that really nice warm and round bottom end, kind of like a Fender amp, but with some great clarity in the highs. Outside of how great this amp sounds, I also really like the look of it. I love the vintage inspired feel, and I had to get it in seafoam green to match my Telecaster here. You see this? It's awesome. This amp runs somewhere around $700, which I actually think is a pretty good price for an all-tube amplifier with this many features. It's got a boost mode, a drive mode, a built-in line out for direct recording and amp stacking, and it's even got its own spring reverb. An underrated feature of this amp is its size. It's actually fairly light for a tube amp, and as you can see, it's not too wide. If you're in the market for a new amp, then definitely check out the Delta King 12.
The video made this look so easy and I don't know what I'm doing.
What do you think?
Alright, we made it. This Gator Frameworks Elite Series desk has been a major upgrade to my home studio. It's a beautiful design and it's got plenty of room to store all my computers, my hard drives, my interfaces, and whatever else I'm trying to put up here. It's also got a pull-out keyboard tray that you can put up to a 49-key MIDI controller into, and the legs actually detach a little bit so you can hide the wires within your legs. It's a really cool design, and it's honestly a much bigger upgrade than I anticipated it being. So if you're in the market for a new studio desk, definitely check this one out. It sort of reminds me of like strapping into a spaceship, getting ready to take off every time I sit down to use it. The Quad Cortex is a repeat from last year, but I really do use this almost every single day. Whether I'm making content, recording guitar into an arrangement, or performing live, this is the first piece of gear that I reach for. The user interface is really intuitive, the captures are great, and the internal effects are fantastic. No surprises here. You guys know I love this thing. You don't need all the stuff to get great guitar tone or have fun playing guitar. But if you're looking to upgrade or maybe add a new tool to your arsenal, then hopefully this list gave you some inspiration. There's links to everything we talked about today and more in the description. And once again, they are affiliate links, so if you want to support the channel in that way, then click away. This is the gear I've been using this year, but let me know in the comments below what gear has been a difference maker for you. And if you enjoyed the video today, be sure to leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll catch you next time.